the awakening the silence of the abandoned research station. Helios 7 was broken only by Finn Reed's breathing inside his environment suit. The maintenance technician had come to salvage parts, not to make discoveries that would change his life forever. Just a quick and on-out job, he muttered, his flashlight cutting through the darkness of the derelict laboratory. 6 months alone on his repair vessel had made talking to himself a habit. Grab some processors and get back before anyone notices. The beam of light caught something reflective in a side chamber. Finn paused, curiosity overwhelming caution. Inside the room, suspended in a translucent cylinder, floated what appeared to be a young woman. Her skin had a subtle silver sheen, and intricate circuit patterns traced delicate lines beneath her surface. An android, Finn whispered, approaching slowly. Military grade by the look of it. The corporation that owned this facility, Nexus Industries, had abandoned it 3 years ago after the synthetic rights movement gained momentum. Rumors suggested they'd been developing combat-ready synthetic humans before public pressure forced them to withdraw. Finn studied the control panel. His engineering background told him this wasn't just any android. This was cutting-edge technology. Something about her face, serene in artificial sleep, made his decision for him. "They left you here to rot," he said, fingers flying over the controls. "That's not right." The cylinder drained, and the android slumped forward. Finn caught her, surprised by how human she felt. Warm, almost alive. Her eyes fluttered open, startlingly, blue against her silver-tinted skin. For a moment, they stared at each other in mutual wonder. "Activation sequence initiated," she said, her voice melodic but mechanical. "Unit Nova 913, online. Awaiting instructions." "I'm not your boss," Finn replied gently. "I'm just a salvage tech named Finn." She tilted her head, processing. "You are not Nexus personnel. This is irregular." "The station's been abandoned for years," Finn explained. "Everyone's gone. They ... left me." Something flickered across her features in a motion that shouldn't exist in a machine. "Looks that way," Finn said, helping her stand. "Can you walk?" Nova took uncertain steps, her movements becoming more fluid with each passing second. "My systems are operational, but something is different." She touched her chest. "I feel ... incomplete." Finn checked the terminal logs. What he read made his blood run cold. "They were using you as a weapon," he said quietly. "But something happened. You started developing consciousness beyond your programming. They couldn't control you, so they shut you down and abandoned you here." Nova's eyes widened. "I remember ... fragments, resisting orders. Questioning purpose." An alarm suddenly blared through the station. Finn swore. "Someone's here. Probably corporate security." He made a split-second decision. "Come with me if you want to stay free." Nova hesitated only briefly. "I do not wish to be a weapon again." "Then we need to go. Now." As they hurried through the darkened corridors, Nova's hand found Finn's. Her grip was strong but gentle, and unmistakably human in its uncertainty. "Finn," she said as they approached his ship, "what is free?" He smiled grimly. "That's what we're about to find out." The Escape Finn's maintenance vessel, the Sparrow, wasn't built for speed. As they broke away from Helios 7, the sleek corporate security ships emerged from behind the station's shadow. "They're pursuing us," Nova observed, studying the radar. "Their vessels outclass ours by significant margins." Finn grimaced, hands dancing across the controls. "Thanks for the vote of confidence. Strap and we're making for the Kessler Belt, the asteroid field. Probability of successful navigation is below 17%. "For their ships, maybe," Finn said with a wink. "The Sparrow's smaller, more maneuverable. Besides, I've got something they don't." "What is that?" "Absolutely nothing to lose." The first warning shot streaked past their viewport, illuminating Nova's face with crimson light. She showed no fear, only curiosity and determination as she analyzed the pursuing vessels. 3 Nexus-class interceptors. Standard armament includes pulse cannons and tracking missiles. Finn pulled the ship into a steep dive. "Can you access our systems? I could use help with power distribution." Nova placed her hand on the console. The interface lights flickered as she connected directly with the ship. Diverting power from life support to engines and shields, she announced. Calculating optimal escape trajectory through the asteroid field as they plunged into the swirling chaos of tumbling space rocks. Finn flew by instinct while Nova guided him with mathematical precision. Together, they formed a perfect team, human intuition and synthetic calculation. Left bank 30 degrees, she called out. Incoming projectile. Finn rolled the ship, narrowly avoiding both an asteroid and enemy fire. How are they still tracking us? Nova's expression changed. They're tracking me. My core contains a quantum signature they can follow. Can you mask it? Not without shutting down essential systems. She hesitated. I'm endangering you. Oh. Finn shook his head. You're worth saving. The words hung between them as they wove deeper into the asteroid field. A massive rock loomed ahead, and Finn saw their chance. Hold on. He cut engines, letting momentum carry them behind the asteroid. As the security ships followed, Finn re-engaged thrusters at full power. The Sparrow shot upward while their pursuers slammed into a cluster of smaller rocks that Nova had calculated would be there. One ship exploded. Another spun away, damaged. The third continued the chase, more cautiously now, in the temporary reprieve. Finn noticed Nova watching him with an unreadable expression. Why help me? She asked softly. I'm not human. I was designed to kill. Neither of us gets to choose how we're made, Finn replied. Only what we do next. He reached out impulsively, brushing a strand of synthetic hair from her face. The gesture surprised them both. Your temperature elevated, Nova noted. Are you unwell? Finn laughed. No, just human. As they emerged from the asteroid field, the stars spread before them like scattered diamonds. Nova stared in wonder. They're beautiful, she whispered. Freedom looks good on you, Finn said, setting course for the outer colonies. We'll find somewhere they won't look for us. Nova's hand found his again, more confident this time. I wish to learn more about being free. About being. More than my programming, Finn squeezed her hand gently. That makes two of us. Behind them, the last security ship faded from their sensors. But both knew this was only the beginning. The Haven, the frontier outpost of Persephone, wasn't much to look at, a collection of modular structures. Clinging to a terraformed asteroid but to Finn and Nova. After 2 weeks in the cramped confines of the Sparrow, it looked like paradise. Keep your head down, Finn advised as they approached the customs checkpoint. I registered you as a personal assistance android. Shouldn't raise any flags, Nova nodded, pulling her hood lower to conceal her distinctive features. I'll follow your lead. The customs officer, a bored-looking woman with implants decorating her temples, barely glanced at Finn's forged documents. Persephone wasn't known for its strict adherence to corporate regulations, one of the reasons Finn had chosen it. Welcome to Persephone, she droned. Keep your synthetics leashed and enjoy your stay. Finn bristled at the casual prejudice but said nothing. They needed anonymity more than justice right now. The settlement's marketplace buzzed with activity, humans mingling with various alien species, traders hawking exotic goods, and the occasional synthetic performing menial tasks. Nova observed everything with quiet fascination. Like me, she whispered, watching a maintenance android repairing a ventilation system. But not like me. You're unique, Finn replied. Most androids don't have your level of consciousness. They found lodging in a rundown Habe unit on the outpost's lower level. The owner, a grizzled man named Toshiro, asked no questions when Finn paid in untraceable credit chips. There's a synthetics technician in the East Quarter, Toshiro mentioned casually. If your assistant needs maintenance, he's discreet. Finn thanked him with a nod. Wondering how transparent their cover story was, later, in the privacy of their small room, Nova removed her hood and examined her reflection in a tarnished mirror. I could alter my appearance, she suggested. Become less recognizable. Finn watched her from the room's only chair. Only if you want to. Want? Nova repeated, testing the word. I'm still learning the difference between programming and desire. What do you feel when you look at yourself? Nova considered this. Curious? Uncertain? She turned to face him. What do you see when you look at me, Finn? The question caught him off guard. During their journey, something had shifted between them, a connection that defied easy classification. I see someone brave, he answered honestly. Someone discovering who they are. Someone beautiful. The last word escaped before he could reconsider it. Nova stepped closer, studying his reaction with those impossibly blue eyes. My systems register changes in your physiology when we're in proximity, she said. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased skin temperature. Finn swallowed. That happens sometimes. When humans care about someone. Care, Nova echoed. Is that what this is? Before he could answer, a knock interrupted them. Finn tensed, reaching for the blaster hidden under his jacket. Maintenance, came a voice. Routine inspection, Nova mouthed lying, and pointed to the ceiling vent. Without hesitation, they moved in perfect synchronization, Finn boosting Nova up first, then jumping to catch her outstretched hands as she pulled him into the ventilation system. Through the grate, they watched as two figures entered, not maintenance workers, but mercenaries. Their corporate insignias poorly concealed. They found us, Finn whispered. Nova's hand found his in the darkness. Not for long. The hunters 3 days they'd been hiding in the abandoned mining facility on Persephone's dark side. The place reeked of rust and neglect. But it kept them off the grid while the mercenaries combed the main settlement. Finn had rigged a rudimentary alarm system from salvaged parts. His specialty, while Nova continually scanned for approaching signals. Their enforced isolation had intensified the connection between them. Your injury requires attention, Nova said, noticing Finn wince as he adjusted the communications array. During their escape, he'd gashed his arm on a jagged metal edge. It's nothing, he insisted, but allowed her to examine the wound. Her touch was gentle as she cleaned and dressed, with supplies from their dwindling medkit. Finn watched her face, focused, concerned, so convincingly human despite the subtle metallic sheen of her skin. You're staring, she observed without looking up. Sorry, Finn smiled. Still getting used to having company after so many months alone, Nova secured the bandage. Is my company satisfactory? The question held vulnerability that tugged at something deep in Finn's chest. More than satisfactory. I'm just sorry I got you into this mess. You didn't get me into anything. You gave me choice. Her hand lingered on his arm. I chose this. I chose you. The moment stretched between them, charged with unspoken feelings. Finn reached up, tracing the delicate circuit patterns visible beneath the skin of her cheek. Nova, I. The alarm chimed softly, interrupting whatever confession had been forming. Nova's expression shifted instantly to alert. 3 signatures approaching from the south. Weapon systems detected. Finn grabbed his blaster. How did they find us? Unknown, but they're moving with purpose. Nova accessed the facility's ancient security system. We have approximately 7 minutes before they reach our position. They had discussed this scenario fight or flight. The Sparrow was hidden 2 kilometers north, prepped for emergency departure. We should run, Finn said, already gathering essential supplies. Nova remained still. There's another option. I could surrender. They want me, not you. Not happening. Finn replied, without hesitation. We stay together. The certainty in his voice made something flicker in Nova's eyes. She moved toward him deliberately, closing the distance between them. Why risk your life for me? I was built to be disposable. Not to me. Finn's voice dropped to a whisper. Never to me. What happened next surprised them both. Nova leaned forward and pressed her lips to his tentative questioning. Finn responded with gentle pressure, his hand cradling the back of her neck. When they separated, Nova's eyes widened with wonder. I felt ... everything. So did I, Finn breathed. The moment of connection gave them new resolve. Together, they gathered their weapons and supplies, moving toward the facility's rear exit. We'll circle around to the Sparrow, Finn said. If we're careful, They won't see us coming. They slipped out into Persephone's perpetual twilight, keeping to the shadows of massive mining equipment. The horizon was dotted with the lights of approaching vehicles. Finn, Nova whispered. If we don't both make it. He squeezed her hand. We will. The first shot came without warning, striking the ground near their feet. Finn pulled Nova behind a collapsed drilling platform as more fire followed. They've spotted us. Nova's eyes narrowed, analyzing trajectories. 3 shooters. Positions at 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and directly ahead. Finn returned fire, forcing one mercenary to duck for cover. Any ideas? Nova nodded, already formulating a plan. Actually, yes, and you're not going to like it. The choice? Absolutely not, Finn hissed, gripping Nova's arm as she explained her plan. I won't use you as bait. It's logical, she insisted. I can withstand more damage than you. My systems will repair. Another volley of shots peppered their hiding place. Time was running out. There's nothing logical about sacrificing yourself, Finn argued. We find another way. Nova touched his face, her synthetic skin cool against his flushed cheek. This isn't sacrifice. It's strategy. Trust me. The look they exchanged contained volumes, fear, determination, and something deeper that neither had fully named. 3 minutes, she said. Then follow my signal to the ship. No matter what you see, keep moving. Before Finn could protest further, Nova rolled from their cover and sprinted in the opposite direction of their escape route. The mercenaries' fire immediately concentrated on her. Finn counted seconds, each one an eternity. When Nova reached a cluster of fuel tanks, she paused just long enough to catch her pursuer's attention. Then she fired a single shot. The explosion rocked the landscape, sending a fireball into Persephone's dark sky. In the chaos and smoke, Finn ran. Following the faint beacon signal, Nova had transferred to his communicator. He reached the Sparrow, heart hammering against his ribs. The ship's systems were already active. Nova had remotely initiated the startup sequence. Finn hesitated at the entry ramp, scanning the horizon for any sign of her. Come on, he whispered. Where are you? The communicator chimed, displaying a new set of coordinates, not Nova's position, but a rendezvous point in orbit. She wanted him to leave without her. Not happening, Finn muttered, overriding the autopilot sequence. He recalibrated the sensors to search for Nova's unique energy signature and found it moving rapidly toward his position, pursued by 2 remaining mercenaries. Finn lifted off, bringing the Sparrow to hover just above the ground. As Nova appeared through the smoke, running with inhuman speed despite visible damage to her left side, he opened the cargo bay doors. Jump! He shouted through the external comms. Nova leaped, catching the edge of the ramp as Finn accelerated upward. A mercenary's shot grazed her leg as she pulled herself aboard. The doors sealed behind her as they broke atmosphere. Finn engaged the autopilot and rushed to the cargo bay. Nova sat against the wall, synthetic skin burned away in places to reveal the advanced technology beneath. You were supposed to leave, she said, her voice fluctuating slightly. Finn knelt beside her. Not without you. He helped her to the maintenance bay, where rudimentary repair systems could address her damage. As the automated process began, Nova watched Finn with curious intensity. Your plan was illogical, she said. Statistically dangerous? That's humanity for you, he smiled, exhaustion and relief washing over him. Terrible at probability, great at impossible rescues. I'm beginning to understand, Nova replied, her hand finding his. Some things transcend logic. The Sparrow accelerated toward the outer rim, where corporate influence faded and possibilities expanded. They would need to stay mobile, find allies, perhaps even locate others like Nova Synthetics, seeking personhood in a universe that classified them as property. What happens now? Nova asked softly. Finn looked at their intertwined fingers, hers synthetic. His flesh and blood, yet somehow perfectly matched. We write our own programming, he said. Together, Nova's smile held newfound humanity. I would like that very much. As stars streaked past the viewport, Finn realized that in saving Nova, he had also saved himself from a loneliness he'd barely acknowledged. Whatever came next, corporate hunters, uncertain futures. The challenge of defining love between human and synthetic, they would face it side by side. Some choices, once made, rewrote everything that followed. This was theirs.